What's up guys, Ryan, FitBricks here, and today we have a review of the LEGO Star Wars Venator-Class Republic Attack Cruiser. Now this ship is one of a kind, literally, because there's only ever been one variant of this ship in the past 24 years of LEGO Star Wars. Now this set released back in 2009 to promote the Clone Wars series, and is clearly a Clone Wars style set according to the minifigures, where we have those ugly freaking prints. Now we'll do say that the Palpatine looks pretty good though. Now not only is this a one-of-a-kind ship, it is a fan favorite ship within the Star Wars community. It's a one-of-a-kind and I'm surprised it has not been remade since then. It's always been overshadowed by the Star Destroyer. Now it's time for this set to be re-released. Of course, there's rumors of the UCS Venator coming out very soon this fall, and that's why this set's relevant topic for today. It's one of a kind, and also there's potential that the UCS Venator is releasing anytime soon. Now before I get into this set, let me know in the comments below if you own this set or if you always wanted it as a kid. So we'll start with the minifigures, then the build, then we'll come back to the final words. The Venator comes with 5 minifigures: Chancellor Palpatine, 2 Senate Commandos, a Gunner Clone Trooper, and a Pilot Clone Trooper. Our first minifigure is Chancellor Palpatine. He has a slick black blonde hair. He has a mischievous looking face, probably something to do with those Death Star plans he's holding. He has some drapes over his shoulders for a decorational piece. He has a simplistic red torso piece and red legs. And on his hand, he has the Death Star plans in a translucent red minifigure head. And it is also double-sided, the Death Star plans. There are 2 identical Senate Commando troopers. They have a unique blue helmet, and their torso and legs are exact same as a clone trooper, just all in blue. In fact, this whole minifigure is blue and black. We have a common clone gunner, which can also be found in the clone trooper battle pack of the same year. And lastly, we have a clone trooper pilot, which can be found in multiple sets. Now onto the Venator herself. She is quite a massive model, coming in over 1,200 pieces to her name. The first thing you notice to this set is the front section with the big red stripe and the 2 Republic symbols on either side. As you can see, the front section is quite raised. If you notice in the original Venator on concept art, you know that the forward section is flatter. Now the only reason why this is raised so high is because of the play feature within it, which is the interior room. And I'll get to that later. There are also 2 gunner mounts on each side of the ship, which is just made out of simple Technic pieces. The big issue with this set are these maroon red pieces that are known to crack. And as I was rebuilding this set, a couple of them have cracked, which is so upsetting. Now moving towards the center back of the ship, we have our winged side of the Venator. As you notice, there is more of that red maroon striped patterning. We have these swivel cannons, 4 of them on one side and 4 of them on the other side. And they just swivel pretty easily, and you can adjust the guns to have them shoot at your enemies. Now moving to the back of the ship, we have my favorite part of it. I absolutely love the look of the engines on the back. It's probably the best looking engines on any LEGO Star Wars set, excluding UCS sets. I think it looks absolutely beautiful with those blue and gray on the back of the engines. It just looks so menacing, and it makes the look very complete. It's very good at hiding all the Technic detailing in the back, and the wings, the plate of wings kind of shadow over that Technic, which just makes it look great. The center part is the bridge in the back of the ship, and there's a play feature inside, which I'll get to in a bit after I showcase the outside section of the set. Now we are on the opposite side of the set, which is symmetrical to the side I just showed you. The only differences are this little handle here, which I'll get to in a second. Lastly, we have the neck and bridge of the set, which is made up of plate and very simplistic Technic pieces. This set very clearly has a handlebar, which makes it easy for play and transportation, and I think it blends in very well with the smoothness and slope of the neck. The Technic skeleton in this set is very strong, and so it's very easy. You can just, the swishability of it is very good. You can do this very easily without anything breaking off. Now back to the front of the ship, where we have our first play feature and our first interior space. It's where we simply just pull up this front section and we have the interior. Now I have no idea if this is supposed to represent either a office on a Venator or the office on Coruscant, but I would imagine that this just represents a ordinary Chancellor's office as we would expect to see on a Venator ship like this. I like how the chair and the desk is very detailing. You can see there are sticker pieces on his desk with a bunch of different buttons. And he also has this theme of gold and red like his office. It looks absolutely fantastic. And the gray complements the colors very well and allows the colors to pop. Chancellor Palpatine simply just sits on his chair like this, and it's obviously just a swivel chair too. And the Commando troopers are meant to sit right on either side of his office for his protection. The front of the ship houses the Death Star plans in this crate, and yes, that is also a sticker detailing on the top. Moving on to the side of the ship, there's a play feature where you can pull up the wings, revealing a hidden cannon underneath it. You simply pull on this red little knob and the cannon comes outwards. Mine's a little rusty because it's older, so if you had a newer model, it would come out very smoothly. But we have a hidden cannon and it swivels around. The gun trooper sits on a green chair, and there's actually a little bit of arm space for him to sit on. and those are 2 flick-fire missiles. The cannon has the ability to move to the other side of the ship. You simply push it on its treads, and it should come to the other side. Mine's very rusty, so it's hard to get out there, but there you go. You can just get the cannon on either side, which is a cool play feature. So it's a bilateral symmetry with the cannon as well, which makes it much more fun for play. For our next play feature, we have this middle section that comes out. It simply sets on some plate pieces. Now this looks like a TIE Advance, but it's actually a carrier for missiles. You simply rotate this lever and the missiles will drop from the bottom. Moving to the back of the ship, we have yet another play feature. We simply pull this down, and it reveals a escape pod. I feel like ships from this era always had escape pods, and this is guilty of it. You open up the capsule and it's just an empty space where you can put a minifigure. The minifigure goes in like this exact orientation where it won't fit in. And you simply just close in. He's in there. You can put him in there, fold it back up, and he is ready to escape. Our last play feature is in the bridge. You simply take out this section at an angle, and it reveals a little pilot section for the clone pilot. The clone pilot simply fits in this seat by lifting up this plate and putting him right next to his panel. This sticker has a bunch of detailing. It shows the vital of the ships and has a bunch of buttons all around it. Absolutely one of the best stickers I've seen on a LEGO Star Wars set. And the pilot station goes in by pulling up the lever and then putting it back in at an angle, and it sits in just like that. All I have to say is this set is absolutely fantastic, and I'll find it hard for you to disagree. There is so much great about this set, and there's a very few little bit that's bad about this set, and it's not even that bad to begin with. The first thing, like I said, is this slope part of the front ship. It should be flatter, but it's not because of the interior space, and that's fine because the interior space is amazing. Next thing is, of course, this just comes with age. If you're a kid back in the day, not an issue, but for a collector like me, it's an issue, where we have these maroon pieces breaking. It's not the fault of the build, it's just the nature of the pieces itself. And then you could say also that the minifigure selection is a bit weak, but I think that's okay because the build is what it's about. You get 5 play features, the interior, you get the Death Star plans, you get this nice handle, and you get this nice playability with the handle. It is not coming off, and this thing is not falling apart. You have an interior gunner that can go on either side of the set. The wings move up. You have the center section has missiles that come out. You have a bridge that can house a clone pilot, and you have a back section with a escape pod. And not to mention, I think these engines look absolutely freaking fantastic. So all in all, this is a jackpot set, and no wonder why it's worth about $900 to $1,000 brand new in the box, and it's about $400 used. That is a lot of money for something that came out 13 years ago, and this set absolutely proves to be amazing. And I can't wait for them to remake this in a UCS set, but I would really like to see him remake this as a playset model. It's absolutely deserving of a spot for that. Now, I don't think the new model, if they do come out with one, will be any better than this one. I think they can probably make it look more accurate by fixing this part, but for the play features, I don't think you can beat it. If you enjoyed my review of the Venator, please leave a comment and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you own this set or if you want to own this set. That will conclude it. Thank you guys. Have a great day.